Welcome to the podcast of School Beyond Limitations. In this podcast, you will learn how to guide your child through their school life with the intention to help them find their unique essence that will allow your daughter, your son to live a fulfilled and meaningful life. Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to have another guest with us, and it's one of our wonderful parents, Nadja, who is very happy to speak about her experience at School Beyond Limitations with her two sons. Hello, Nadja. Welcome to this conversation.
Hello and good morning, Martina. I am happy to be here.
Thank you, Nadja. Nadja, I think the first thing that I would like to ask you is, um, tell us a little bit about your journey, how you found out about School Beyond Limitations, and what made you then decide to change into a different system.
Well, it all started with the Corona period and with the German decision to close down the schools and to close down private life, especially for the young kids and the young people. And it was in the winter of 2020 to 21 that I had the distinct feeling that we could not accept this anymore, especially for a younger son. He was 14 at that age, at that time, and I could not sleep anymore because I had this feeling of that there's something is going wrong here, and I cannot wait any longer. And that's why me and my husband, we started to research, we started to look, we started to read, we started to ask questions and to look around. And as always, when you start reaching out, universe comes back to you. And I found out about SPL over Telegram in the beginning with Nina Asfeld, no, the mother of Nina Asfeld. And and I was reading her experiences and everything, and this all sounded so perfect to me, especially at that time. But even before, along the whole time of our kids being in school, I was always having an eye looking for an alternative. We were thinking about Waldorf schools. We were thinking about Montessori schools. We were thinking about in other private schools, but in the end, nothing was really convincing. So we stayed with the public road. But this was finally the thing we found where we thought, like, okay, this is it. This is what we are looking for. And then everything was kind of quick because I had a personal phone call with
Elena.
Nina. Yeah, okay, right. Thank you. And then afterwards, we got in contact with you, and it was kind of obvious that we let our kids decide. So you had the conversation with Bennett and with Leonard, and well, it was decided in this moment, kind of. And and that was it felt like a liberation at this time, and it still does. It still does.
Nadia, that's interesting what you are actually, sharing here with us. So, because you said it was convincing kind of straight away, and you were looking
Yes.
around for alternatives. So, what were the key points or the key aspects that convinced you and that made you feel like this is a liberation? What was it?
I think basically it is a combination of seeing the individual, so like really going down to the person, to the kid, and seeing its own talents and its own possibilities, and not only emphasizing the male point, the negative points, but also like really focusing on the talents and giving everyone the personal space to develop. This is the one thing. But on the other thing, this was convincing to us on a very, very professional level, because that is what we were always kind of looking for, on why all the other alternatives did not work for us, because it was always kind of missing the professional level. And we saw that you as a person, Derek, at the beginning, it was especially also Derek. It was all the teachers where we started with Emma and everything. So we really could see those are really profound, profoundly professional teachers which love their job, but not only love their job, but which also capable of doing their job. So we had this conversation, the combination, excuse me, of the positive, the nice, the sweet, the soft part, but also the hard facts of the professionality. And this was what we were looking for before. And in the end, overall, it's like on top of it all, it's your person, Martina, I have to say, because it's your energy. You are very idealistic, and this is what everybody can feel and can see. You're fighting for your baby SBL. And this is, when somebody is so convinced of what he or she is doing and professional and has a lot of knowledge and experience as you do, well, then it's a good package, and that's what we've seen. And then you have your teachers, your facilitators up behind you who are really going down the same road, and that's what we saw, and that's what we hoped for, and this is what we got.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
Nadia. And it's a teamwork, and you're right. I mean, and
Yeah.
everyone who is with us for sure, feels that they love
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Right.
students and love what they're doing. And
Yeah.
yet, it's a different journey, right? I mean, it's a
Yes.
completely different journey. And I think it's not always easy for the parents either,
No.
because
No.
we are really putting a lot of emphasis on the holistic growth of a student. As you said before,
Yes.
it's not about just we do the exams. We would like our students to understand I'm doing this because this is related to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm interested and I think it's also good for everyone to be aware of that this is um, an unlearning journey also for the parents and not only for the
Yes.
students. So, would you like to share with us, also the roller coasters you may have gone through as a parent,
Sure.
and
Sure.
that would be
Sure.
great.
Sure. Definitely. And I have to say that it's important to see this point, especially for parents who are interested in SPL and are thinking about joining, because you have to know. And I honestly have to say, I did not know. And at that point, I didn't care. I didn't care because we were like kind of desperate in this middle of Corona, and we were desperate, and we didn't, it was just this chance we got, and then luckily it was the right decision in any case. But what I did not know is you have to be able to accept or to shift paradigms, kind of. And I kind of ran into it, and it hit me a little bit because, as you know, we moved to Switzerland as well. And so our kids lost their social surroundings because we moved. And so there were a lot of things which kind of imbalanced our life. And then came this thing, because I think it's really difficult for you as a school as well to find this balance between the holistic growth and the holistic education, but also the exams and the kind of real life on the other side. And it may be in future that these accents may not be as important anymore, but right now they still are. So when a young person has some kind of goals or aims or wants to study or wants to work, they need to have some kind of papers which prove that they have done something. And it was in the beginning for us a big, big way from here to there. And it kind of crashed sometimes. And to understand that the first year was all joy and laughter, like perfect, and we could see the development of our sons like in jumps. It was not steps, it was jumps. And everybody else couldn't see it as well. And they thought like, what are you doing with your son? And he's like, "Well, we changed school. That's what we did." And but then came the period of exams and the period of deciding what to do in life and where to go. And then we realized what we did not know before, kind of, that this A level is way harder than the German Abitur, for example, and that IGCSE is way harder than the Mittlere Reife. And you just have to know it. And now as a school, I see you growing, I see you developing, and I see how well students get prepared now because you just go down that road as well. And I think it's really important because from the one hand, from this very, very nice education in the morning and this mental break, the mental sessions, mentoring sessions, and all this, going back to I'm having an exam, which is really tough, is it's a long road. And now it's our third year now, and the third year I see a big development in comparison to the first and the second year. And I'm happy for you all, and I'm happy for future students that you are so smart to grow with the system. And because this is what gave us one hard year where we made a lot of mistakes, where exams did not pass, where a lot of tears, a lot of problems. We had this as well. But as always in life, things happen for a reason, I guess.
Thank you for having been so open for that. And
Yes,
at the same time, we also, I wanted to ask you, did you feel, because we are constantly developing and
yes, you are. Yeah,
limitations, even at the beginning,
yeah,
certain students just went with all of it. And we had students who did really, really well also in the
yes,
exams
yeah,
straight
yeah,
away, and sometimes, it also this is also related to the conviction within oneself. Do I want to do this now because
yeah,
I have, this outlook? Because we are looking actually, our way of approaching it is basically based on the student first understanding, what is my passion? What do I really want to
yeah, yes,
and then looking backwards, what do I need to do in order to get there? Yeah. So,
perfect. Exactly. Yes,
yeah,
yes, that's
and
it.
that sometimes takes time, right? That sometimes
Yeah,
takes time. And, but my question to you is basically, Nadia, did you feel that within school beyond limitations, because it's such an unlearning experience, it's really
yeah,
about unlearning as well, because we want students to do well in their exams, of course, but we also aim for students to say, this is what I want to do. And now
yes, right.
I'm there. Did you feel that the school supported your children in all, and yourselves also as parents, in that, on that journey, that was not always just straightforward? Did you feel that you had somebody at your side, facilitators, um, as a school, who was there and who said, yeah, we are here together. We want to find solutions together for everything that will come up in our lives, in our.
Yes, yes, definitely yes. Especially now, the third year with Bennett preparing for IGCSE. He has kind of a perfect road to the exams, and he really enjoyed the whole year preparing. He's having an exam tomorrow. Unfortunately, he's very nervous again, and unnecessary nervous because he's really well prepared. But well, that's another story. But yes, I do feel so, but what I think is important as well is you as a school, as a facilitators, you can only do the halfway. The other halfway has to come from the student or from the parents from their side. And what I see, like when I look back, when I think about like, okay, why was the second year kind of difficult? Why did mistakes happen? Why did, um, it happened as well because and when I just speak about myself, I was like in the middle of moving to Switzerland. I was in the middle of changing our whole life. So I did not care about anything which was related to school, to exams, to anything. And I did not ask questions. I did not reach out. I did not ask. So in the end, it was kind of, oh, I didn't know that. And then you kind of have the feeling of, oh, now it's too late. Why did I not know it? And but if I don't ask, I don't know. And it was just for me to understand that this British system is totally different to the German, and that you need to take time, that you need to take a minute to think about what you want. For example, Bennett would have had the choice to go to this Carpe Diem instead of going to IGCSE. We kind of didn't even know it, you know. We just were thinking of, okay, we're doing this now, and we did it. And so, like when I look back, I would have liked to ask some more questions, yeah, or maybe even have had a little bit more information about, take care, you can do this or you can do that, but this is more difficult, or pros and cons of the different exam situations. I have to say, when we decided, it was again in the middle of this Corona period, we did not ask any questions. We were just happy to have our kids out of the system. We were happy to have them in a very, very progressive and a very positive mindset, in a very positive situation where they can breathe and develop and grow, which what they did. And therefore, I'm still very, very happy with our decision. And now I see, okay, if you reach out, you get the answers you need. And if you ask, you get help. And this is what I see. And this is what both of my kids also learned through this thing, is this topic: responsibility for yourself. Take care, And this is what you not learn on a public school.
Nadia, this is an incredible, insight that you are sharing here, because I think that's something that we really wholeheartedly want to, transfer to our
Yes,
students. Voice what you need, and of course
yes,
here. But if I don't know what you think in your background, because we
yes,
know IGCSEs and A levels inside out, and
yes,
sometimes you don't even think that. But again, we have established, due to this experience also, more structures and processes in place that help parents build up knowledge, not just with one meeting, but with steady meetings,
yes.
goal setting meetings, and so forth. And you have experienced this year as well. What would you say about those, meetings? And you mentioned also the importance of collaboration with school as a, as a family. And interestingly enough, Nadia, we had a parent meeting on Tuesday with our school psychologist on this aspect, and she was even saying it's more than 50%. It's basically 85% that's coming from parental, from the family, and that
Yes, I think so, yeah.
yeah. So, how did you, Nadia, experience those objective meetings that have been held this school year?
Very, yes, very helpful. This is what I said to you before. The development you made, especially from last year to this year, is for me, I see a huge step. And it was also an important step. But again, you now did your job and did this step. But I think we still have to stick to the basic idea of responsibility. So, because when I could suggest, you should not grow into a little bit like the public system of giving everything there, you just have to eat, like giving you the little pieces and you just have to eat them, because that's what's happening in life, in normal school, in all parts of life, that people get trained to not think. And well, now here you have the option to learn for your life, to that nobody's helping you if you don't help yourself. And and the big difference is when you go to a normal public school, or I would guess like most of the private schools as well, it's everything's nice as long as you fit into the system. As soon as you may have questions which are out of the box, or as soon as you don't behave the way you should, or you don't get the marks you need, or whatever, you're lost. You're lost. Nobody takes care. And this, for me, is the biggest difference. What School Beyond Limitations offers on, again, a very, very professional level. And this is what I really see, and this is what I would shout out to everybody who's interested, because that is the point. You have to be more active as a parent, as a student. You have to be more willing to work for your own life, to think, to to think about your future, and as you said, to think backwards. So where do I want to go? What kind of accent do I need for? And this is, for example, what our eldest son, what we all did not know. So he kind of made of some exams. He passed them all, but it was without inner kind of motivation because he did not know what for. And so in the end, you have a lot of learning and you have a lot of exams and a lot of whatever, and money as well, because you have to pay the exams. And in the end, he is like, so what? What is the outcome? And so therefore, this is the only mistake we made. Not with the second son. He learned from the first. No, but stay active, stay responsible for your own life. And this is what resonates very much to our family in any case. Also, when it comes down to health, to medicine, to all these things, you have to take care on your own anyway. And whenever I had a question, I got a very, very professional answer.
Thank you, Nadia. And this is my second last thing that I ask you, because I know that even your oldest son, he's still in touch with us.
Yes,
And not only him, it's also all the others, other alumni, and they're so
yes,
much in touch with us that they basically say, we are missing kind of this
yeah,
family. We need to get together again. How What would you say about this, that it's not stopping? Alumni is something that you have in any context, but it's a different kind of being alumni, the
yes.
way we see it. I don't know how you see it.
I see it the same, that I think a lot of people and a lot of people in our closer friendship, they could not understand our decision at the first place, because I thought like online school is bad for the social behavior, and it's not nice for them. And so I can tell that the social bondings which exist between facilitators and my sons, and between colleagues and other students, are stronger than they've ever been before. And so, they don't see each other so much, but when they see each other, it's very, very deep, because they know each other very well from everyday online working. Plus, with some of them, they make vacations together. They meet whenever they can. So it's a very, very close bond with the people where you're connected with, and especially also, I couldn't ever imagine that students make vacations in the homes of their facilitators, and it's the best time for everybody. It's hard to think about in public in the school life, don't you think so? So, and this is what we've experienced, and this is what we're very grateful for, and this is what stays forever. This stays.
I still
So
remember, when we went during a residential week, your son was there as well. We went to see the sunrise in the
yeah,
Mountain in the Dolomites, and everyone was just standing there, and we were hugging one another, and we were in meditation, and this is something that stays not only with them, it stays with us. That's something you will never forget. And yeah. And the last thing, Nadia, and thank you so much for being so open and so authentic. What are the words that come to your mind when you think of SPL? Three words, maybe.
okay, 3 words. Freedom is my first word. Um, I would think about liberation, but I put it together with freedom. That's kind of that one. Um, Joy and development.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. And I think we just leave it as it is.
Yes.
The
Yes.
freedom,
Thank
joy, and
you.
development is so beautiful. And
Yeah.
and I just would like to say, if you think, that this is a school environment that you would like for your child to be experienced, then reach out to us. Be aware that this is a
Yeah.
collaborative approach from all perspectives, that we are working towards making each child, independent and creators of their own lives. And it's not a quick fix. It's something
No,
that
no,
will have
it's
to.
real life.
Yeah, it's real life. But at the end of the day, if we are able to create solid and profound roots within them, so that the students know who they are and why they are here, and they find their passion and they go their way, and they are distinctive in their approach to life, then yeah, then that may be the right school for you. But you need to jump with us and then reach out to us. Thank you so much, Nadja, for joining me today.
Thank you, Martina. Thank you for your time and very much welcome.
Thank you. At School Beyond Limitations, we support our students find their unique essence. Feel free to share the content of this podcast with other parents. We are here to show that your children can, indeed, bring their unique essence into life. So, reach out to us if you think that this is what you'd like your daughter, your son to experience, or apply through our website. Also, leave your comments, your questions, or your review about the podcast. Share it with others. And as you know, sharing is caring.